Stampin' friends, it's Ayana Johnston here with another check this out video tutorial to show you. Today I want to show you how I made this Bloomin Love gold trim birthday card. You can get the supply list for this card on my blog at www.checkthisout.stampinup.net. And be sure to stop by my specials tab and check out the wonderful special I've got going on through the end of February. Okay, so let's get started making this beautiful card. To make this card, you're going to need 3 stamp sets. The first one you're going to need is the beautiful Bloomin Love Stamp Set. We're going to use this beautiful image right down below. Then you'll also need this timeless textured stamp set. And for this one, we'll be using 2 of these designs. We'll be using this one right here in the middle, this long, beautiful strip one, and then we'll be using this beautiful one down below. Last, we'll need the tin of cards, and the tin of cards stamp set, I love using this beautiful happy birthday down below, as well as these other ones because it's got such a beautiful font. Then we're also going to need our Rose Garden Thinlit dies. We're just going to need this Thinlit for this particular tutorial. For stamp sets, you're going to need 3. You're going to need Cucumber Crush, Crushed Curry, and the Versamark ink. We'll also be using some gold embossing powder and the clear embossing powder. For cardstock, you're going to need a piece of you're going to need Cucumber Crush, and you're going to want to cut this at 5.5 by 8.5 and score it at 4 1/4 inches. Then you're going to need another sheet of the Cucumber Crush, and this sheet of Cucumber Crush is going to be cut at 3 1/4 inches by 4 1/4 inches. Next, you'll need a piece of crushed curry, and you're going to cut this at 3 inches by 4 inches. Then you're going to need a bunch of pieces of the Watermelon Wonder. This one is cut at 3.5 by 4.5. Then you'll need 2 other sheets cut at 3 inches by 5.5 inches. You'll use this for your rose, and then you'll also use it for the heart stamp that we're going to do. And then you'll need a scrap piece of the Watermelon Wonder for your sentiment. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is I want to take my timeless textured stamp design, and I want to go ahead and use my Versamark ink, and I'm going to stamp around my entire base of my card. And then what I'm going to do is take my gold embossing powder and sprinkle it over and heat emboss that. Then I'm also going to do that for my heart. I'm going to go ahead and take a heart stamp with the Versamark, and then I'm going to stamp it on my Watermelon Wonder, and then I'm also going to put some gold on here and heat emboss it as well. So let me get started with that. Now just before I go heat emboss that piece, I'm going to go ahead and stamp my other heart, and I'm going to go ahead and use the Cucumber Crush to stamp my other heart, and I'm going to sprinkle it with clear embossing powder. And then I'm also going to take my scrap piece of Watermelon Wonder, and I'm going to stamp my my happy birthday sentiment here with the Cucumber Crush, and then I'm going to sprinkle it with clear embossing powder. And you have to do this really quickly because this ink dries a lot quicker than the Versamark ink that's made to let you have it stick on there. Oops, excuse me. Okay, now I'm going to go heat emboss all these pieces. Okay, now I have all my pieces heat embossed, ready to go. Next, what you want to do is take your piece of Watermelon Wonder with the framelit rose piece, and you want to cut out 2 of these with your Big Shot. In order to save time, I've already cut out 2 of those. And then next, what you want to do is you want to take your crushed curry piece of paper, and we want to use our trio curvy corner punch and punch out 4 corners. And then we want to take this timeless textured stamp, and we want to stamp all around the edges using crushed curry. Next, I'm going to take my heat embossed pieces of stamps and my hearts and my happy birthday, and I'm going to cut the outline around the heart, and then I'm going to cut the outline around the happy birthday in 2 pieces. Okay, now I have all my pieces ready to go. And then the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to adhere the base to my card. You have to adhere all of these pieces together and adhere it to the base before you do the roses. So I'm going to do that first. And of course I run out of ink as I'm doing my video, so I'm going to go ahead and get my snail out. Next, I'm going to take some two-way glue and adhere my roses on the corners of my card. I'm going to flip this over and snip off the excess. And then I'm going to adhere my hearts. I do the gold one at the bottom and I kind of position it so I can see where I want it to go at first. And then I adhere this down with some snail, and then I adhere the rest of them down with some Stampin' Dimensionals. And there you go. Look how beautiful. You could use this for another Mother's Day card, a wedding card, you name it, it's your choice. And I'd like to thank my daughter for giving me this beautiful color combination. Be sure to stop by my blog for some more great ideas and some great customer order specials. Happy stamping!